You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much of love drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I let you love what I thought it was funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. I'm here to talk wrestling, and if you didn't hear, I'm here to talk about the WWE Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view, and this is the review for this pay-per-view, so let's get right into this. But first, I'd like to actually like this video, and feel free to come back for more. But now that I got that out of the way, let's get right into this. Okay, first up we have the WWE Intercontinental title match with The Miz facing off against Dean Ambrose. Okay, it feels like we've been in this feud for forever now. Like, even going back to SmackDown, they've been at it for a long time, and I really like to see this one in, and both of these guys go other places. But I mean, we've got some funny moments out of this recent feud, the grandfather clock and all of that good stuff. So it's been funny, and every time these guys get in the ring, it's a good match. Even their most recent one was a really, really good match. So I expect a good match here. But in the end, The Miz just got the title, so it makes no sense to take it off of him. In the end, the Miz will win here, and hopefully Dean Ambrose will move on into another feud with somebody else. He needs a refresher, so hopefully that takes place, and we'll see how it all turns out. Alright, next up we have Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. This has been a fairly good, a really good build to this match. We have the partner turning on partner storyline, and it has done both guys really big favors. You know, Big Cass has come out, and you can tell he's gotten world champion written all over him. But what has surprised me the most is there is money in an Enzo Amore Enzo Amore storyline, to where he has to climb from the bottom to the top. Like, I'm interested in seeing that, and there's a lot of people saying that Enzo needs to win this match. However, that's where I disagree. Though in the end, the winner of this match needs to be Big Cass. He turned on Enzo. You know, they need to keep that storyline, that ball rolling with Big Cass. Maybe they have another match at SummerSlam. We'll see. But in the end, Big Cass has to win here. But Enzo Amore can still win by losing if they are willing to do a long-term, slow-build storyline where he comes from the bottom and all the way to the top to win an Intercontinental title match or something like that, or to win a big match somewhere down the line. So next up we have Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. This feud, I had to go back and actually research why this feud even got started. That's how little I think of what's been going on in this feud. And I mean, it's nothing against the two guys that are in this feud, because they're great at what they do. It's just that there's not been one moment where I've said, okay, I really gotta watch this match at the pay-per-view. I can't wait for this match coming up. And I don't know, it's just, this whole build has just been a bunch of promos, bunch of endless dribble in both of their promos, and I'm hoping that they move on from this feud. They probably won't. I can see another version of this feud going on at SummerSlam, unfortunately. But in the end, this is probably the toughest match to call. In the end, I have Seth Rollins, the face, overcoming Bray Wyatt here. And don't be surprised if we see another match at SummerSlam. Alright, next up, moving on, we have the Raw Tag Team title 30-minute Iron Man match. First off, before we get into this, I like to say that it irks me to see an Iron Man match that's 30 minutes. 30 minutes is not an Iron Man match. An Iron Man match is an hour. but okay, now that I'm off of that, we have Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardys. The matches that they have been in have been really good. The cage match withstanding, that was really good, but the rules were just confusing. They just made up the rules on the fly. But enough of that. In this matchup coming, I foresee a really good match between these guys. They're both really good tag teams, and to be honest, I'm ready for this feud to end as well, because like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson and the Revival are doing absolutely nothing. So we need some new blood in here, especially with Enzo and Cass breaking up. I would like to see this feud end here. The Hardys, not the Hardys, Sheamus and Cesaro just got the tag team titles. So I don't see a switch here that fast. Maybe we'll see something at SummerSlam where they lose the titles, but as for this match in the end, Sheamus and Cesaro will win and they will keep the tag titles. Alright, moving on. Next up we have the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match between the champion Neville and Akira Tozawa. Okay, look, the Cruiserweight division, this should be a fantastic match, but I just don't have any interest or stake in the build to the feud, and that's not because of the two people in the match. It's just that WWE has shown not a reliance to show any interest in the Cruiserweight division, and it's tough to get involved in their storylines. And it was tough to get involved in Neville and Aries, and that was two really great workers. So I really thought TJP would be getting a shot here at this pay-per-view, but it's whatever. I like Tozawa, and I'm sure that this will be an excellent match. In the end, this is not the time for Neville to be losing the title. I predicted that Aries would get it at SummerSlam, but that's looking fishy right now. But Neville will not be losing here. Tozawa, I'm pretty sure he'll be in the race going forward, and I'm pretty sure TJP will be in the race going forward as well. So Neville will win here, and we'll see how it all goes forward. So moving on, we have the Raw Women's Championship match between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. And sheesh, talking about the Cruiserweight division, man, what are they doing with the women's division? Just last month, I really thought that we were headed toward Sasha Banks and Bayley at SummerSlam, and that could be the case. But last month, I had Bayley winning that match against Bliss and them having a rematch where Bayley won again, and they have just done Bayley no favors, and pretty much the entire women's division no favors. And we've gotten here because I gotta admit, they had a really good gauntlet match, and that was the one thing they got right in a long time with the women's division. I won't say in a long time, but in recent weeks and months, they've got the one thing they've gotten right. So here we are, Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. I expect a good match. It's gonna be really good, but in the end, as for the winner, I have to go. I still believe that they are not gonna pass up on Sasha Banks and Sasha Banks and Bayley at SummerSlam. So I'm gonna stay true to that. The only exception here is that Sasha Banks will win, but I think that match now gets turned into a triple threat match with Alexa Bliss getting her rematch back at SummerSlam. So that's gonna be a fantastic match as well. But Sasha Banks gets the win here, and she'll be the new women's champion. So moving on, we have, what do we have? We have the ambulance match with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. Okay, Braun Strowman is back earlier. He returned earlier than expected, or earlier than the time frame that they publicly put out there. And it was a fantastic moment when Strowman got out of the ambulance. I mean, the crowd just went crazy. And he beat Roman Reigns down again and gave a passionate promo. And look, we're right back at it. I find this match really intriguing. You know, Roman Reigns got the upper hand at this on the Go Home show on Raw. So I mean, this is a ready-made match. The crowd is very interested in it, and I'm very interested in it as well. The thing here is, I would think that Braun Strowman has to win this match for momentum, but Roman Reigns is the #1 contender at SummerSlam, so you have an issue there. This one is a tough match to predict as well, but Braun Strowman needs this win a whole lot more than Roman Reigns does, and I could see him making a case for being in that championship match if he wins here. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman to win here, to get a huge win, and it will give him great momentum in his build, which they've been doing a fantastic job of. And we'll see how it all plays out going into SummerSlam. Braun Strowman will have a case to be in the championship match as well for SummerSlam, and that would be a really decent build we would have. So Braun Strowman gets the win here, and we'll see what happens going forward. So moving on, we have the last match of the night, and that is the WWE Universal Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. This has been a really good build, and it is all because, well, majorly because of Samoa Joe and slightly because of Paul Heyman. Look, Samoa Joe has bought it from the beginning of this build to the very end. I mean, if you go all the way back to when he was talking about how he wanted everything that Brock Lesnar had, his part-time schedule, he wanted Paul Heyman. And that promo was really good. Paul Heyman came back out, delivered a really good promo. And then going forward, the segment on the Go Home show of Raw, where they had the passionate interview between Lesnar and Joe. I mean, Samoa Joe just knocked that out of the park. And I've been on the campaign. If you've watched my other YouTube video, I've been on the campaign to put the title on Samoa Joe. And there's been rumors going around that Brock Lesnar would like this feud to be continued. However, in the end, while the best thing for Samoa Joe is to win the title, it would be an excellent moment, fantastic moment in front of Dallas, Texas. I don't think they have the guts to do it, because Roman Reigns is the #1 contender, and I thought they would save this match for WrestleMania, but I could very well see them going ahead with a Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, or Strowman and Lesnar, or Lesnar and Strowman and Reigns match at SummerSlam. So in the end, I think Samoa Joe is going to come up short. It's going to set him back a little bit depending on how he looks in the match. But Brock Lesnar will get the win here in the main event. So that does it for this edition of my pay-per-view reviews. Feel free to check out my channel. All the videos that I have on my channel, it's for wrestling fans everywhere. Feel free to like this video, and feel free to comment down below. What do you think is going to go on at WWE Great Balls of Fire? What are your predictions for this pay-per-view? Let me know and I'll respond back.